Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 9 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter absolute value equations and inequalities. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I am on grade 9 math. The chapter we're on right now is absolute value equations and inequalities. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is graph solutions to absolute value equations. Okay, here it is. Graph solutions to absolute value equations. Solve for B and graph the solution. So you have to solve this equation for inequality for B. Solve for B and graph the function solution, that is B minus 4 is equal to 5, right? That means the absolute value of B minus 4. Absolute value means the answer must have all the values that are positive, right? So so you can split the equation like this. B minus 4 equals 5 minus B minus 4 equals 5. So that is B equals 9 or B equals negative 1. Let's just start with the test questions, right? Okay, W absolute value of W minus 7 equals 0. So W equals 7. If you solve this, that is W equals 7. Solve for B and graph a solution. 3 equals B plus 4. That's the one we just did. So that is negative 1 or 7. The correct option is negative 1 or 7. Okay, negative 1 and negative 7. Let's just solve for q and graph the solution. So how do we solve? Let's just write down that is q minus 2 is 5 and q is 7 and negative q minus 2 equals 5. That is negative q plus 2 equals 5. So q equals 2 minus 5, that is negative 3. So the correct option is 7 or negative 3. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 7 or negative 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is solve absolute value equations. Okay, solve for m. Negative 10 equals negative 2 and absolute value of m, right? So that is, you have to divide negative 2, right? So negative 2 divided by 10 is 5. You are left with 5 equals the m, right? So m can be either positive or negative. So split the equation into two cases. That would be m equals 5 or so that is 5 and negative 5. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, solve for S, 2S absolute. So because that is an absolute value solutions, they are 2S equals 4 or negative 2S equals 4. So which is the correct option? That is 2 or negative 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, solve for M. So which is the correct option? Option number. 1 is the correct option. It is 5 or -5. Mm, 1 and -1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is solve for t. So, which is the correct option? Zero it is. No, 2 it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. Solve for g. That is, which is the correct option? That is 4 or -4. Option number 2 is the correct option. 8 or -8? Oh, you have to add 2. Yes, that is 8 or -8, right? Solve for j. Which is the correct option? That is 2 or -2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Solve for q, which is the correct option. That is 3 or -3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Yeah, solve for n, which is the correct option. That is -1 or -3. Option number 2 is the correct option. Solve for u, which is the correct option. The correct option is 10 or negative 8. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, that is solve absolute value inequalities. Let's just start with the test questions. Let's see how do we solve. That is absolute value of u minus 4 is less than 3. So you have two values. They are u minus 4 is less than 3 and negative u minus 4 is less than 3. So that is u is less than 7 and negative u is 3 plus 4, that is u is less than negative 7. So the correct option is negative 7 and 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, solve for D. So which is the correct option? That is negative 2 and 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, solve for W. So which is the correct option? That is negative 4 and 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, option number 2 it is. You have to look for greater or less also, right? Solve for S, which is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is negative 2 is less than equal to S, less than equal to 2. Solve for Q, which is the correct option. That is Q. The questions and the options are different, isn't it? So you can select any because the questions and the options are totally different. Solve for P. Negative 8 and 2. Solve for P, which is the correct option. So the correct option is option number 2 is the correct option, right? That is P is less than negative 8 or P is greater than 2 is the correct option. Z minus 3 is less than 5, so which is the correct option? That is negative 2 is less than Z and Z is greater than 8 is the correct option. Oh, that is option number 2. So which is the correct option? That is V is less than negative 7 or V is greater than 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. Chapter we were working on is absolute value equations and inequalities. The lessons we have covered today are graph solutions to absolute value equations, solve absolute value equations, solve absolute values inequalities. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have. So any questions you can ask if you have any. For today, see you in the next session. Bye everyone.